I'm at the Champion Mine Dump in Champion, Michigan. This is, to my knowledge, public property. There's no signs or gates telling you to stay out. In fact, Google Maps locates Champion Mine Dump. You can search it right on Google Maps, and they'll tell you how to get here. I want to show you this. This is where I was explaining to the wife and kid you get the glitter rocks from. Well, that's the specular hematite. And look, this road, if it looks silvery and shiny here, that is not an illusion. It is made out of specular hematite. And I will tell you, on a sunny day, because we got no sun today, forget about the sun. I mean, you get this much sparkle on a cloudy day. You gotta imagine on a sunny day at sunset, it's like you're driving down a river of silver. It's absolutely amazing. But it's a specular hematite. It's an iron ore. It is basically like glitter, and just like glitter, it'll get on your fingers or in your bags, and it can be almost impossible to get off. So if you hate glitter, maybe you don't come out here. But if you would like rocks that are basically made of naturally occurring glitter, this is your place. Let me walk you up here and show you the mine dump itself. It's not just specular hematite, the glitter rocks. You also get other forms of hematite. You also get banded iron formation. You get some pyrite, some marcasite. I found black tourmaline out here. There's other things apparently that you can find, but you just don't find a whole lot of it. Gosh, look at all this specular hematite. This is just, it's not too many places where you can find it in quantities like that. But oh yeah, there we go. It's just gonna be on me now. Yeah, all right. You know, I used to come out here with my backpack when I was a student at Michigan Tech. I loaded up with specular hematite. And then for the next 6 months, every time I pulled a notebook out of my backpack, a half pound of glitter would come out with it. And every assignment I turned in was sparkly. I felt like a 13-year-old girl. Maybe that's sexist, I don't know. But yeah, just glitter on everything. There's nothing I could do about it because, you know, it was just coating the inside of my bag. But here we go. Some nice colors on a fall day here. Although the colors I'm mostly looking for are pyrite gold, specular hematite silver, maybe a bit of gold colored marcasite. Yeah, this goes on a fair distance that way and a fair distance this way. This is Champion. And my best instructions to you on how to get here, if you are interested in coming here, search it on Google Maps. It's real easy to find. This stuff is all over the place here. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'll tell you, this place is an amazing place for the youngest rockhounds out there. Because what kid doesn't like collecting glitter rocks? We gave him a baggie. He's allowed to fill up that baggie with as many rocks as he wants. It's going to be so much glitter. And you know what, Joey? There's even more rocks out over here. You want to come over here and pick some rocks over here? Or are you just going to work on the road? Oh yeah, get your rock hammer. I will tell all of you guys watching this, rock hammers are almost useless out here. These are some of the hardest rocks you'll ever come across, these ironstones. So I've got my rock hammer with me, but I use it more for prying rocks out of the ground, or rarely if I've got a very small piece I want to chip off. But if you got a big piece of rock out here, you'll hammer on it for a month before you crack it. I'm not bringing my bag with the crack hammer and chisel. That's these rocks are probably harder than the chisel itself. There's a lot of hematite here. The wife just found this particularly beautiful piece. I don't know if the colors are showing up well, but it's a beautiful red. It's really heavy, so I'm actually wondering if there's not some magnetite in it. When we get home, we'll stick a refrigerator magnet to it and try to find out. It's very heavy though. And the kid is informing me that it's time for me to leave. Not sure if he understands the power dynamic in this relationship. Maybe I'm the one who doesn't understand it. Still on the side of Champion. Show you a closer up view of what we're looking at here. So shiny, it might be too shiny for you to be able to see very well. Specular Hematite. It's got a schisty structure. It might technically be a schist. It's very lumpy. Suggests that there's garnets inside. They certainly rust, so they may have been replaced with other iron minerals. I'm not entirely certain. I don't know if you can see this rainbow coloring on this. You do get some other stuff out here. It may be a bit of bornite in here. I don't know if you can see that, but it oxidizes and creates what's known as peacock ore. It's that rainbow coloring in there. It can be very pretty. I really like this piece, but it's an awfully big chunk. I'm not sure I'm going to bother with it. And I don't think my rock hammer is going to have much effect on this. It's awfully nice. Kind of had a exciting moment here. Now these rocks are already broken up. I don't know whether somebody took a sledgehammer to something over here and destroyed something massive. But we have a lot of black tourmaline in this area. Very nice tourmaline crystals all along there, mixed in with the quartz. So that's your tourmaline. I don't know how you'd say it. Tourmalated quartz. Quartz with tourmaline. This piece is almost entirely made of tourmaline here. Black tourmaline. I used to be real pretentious about tourmaline when I was a kid. My parents would take me to a tourmaline mine for my birthday. You wonder how I became a geologist, right? Where I'd find beautiful pinks and blues and greens. Out here all you find is black, but you got to appreciate what Michigan has. Michigan doesn't have a lot of tourmaline. This is a lot. You usually don't find it in amounts like this. You usually find some quartz with a little piece in it. Oh, and I was able to break that giant piece that had the bornite in it I was interested in into a smaller chunk. I think I need to make a trip back to the car. I didn't bring my bag. I wasn't planning on collecting that much. Oh, and show you this here. This piece here. I don't know if we're going to see the colors. Such a gray day. And there's so much silver involved. But there's muscovite in here, really confirming for me that this does qualify as schist. But also mixed in with it, there's some greens in here that I don't know if the camera's picking up. And it suggests to me that I might be seeing a little bit of actinolite in there as well. Neat stuff. If someone did take a sledgehammer to something, I wonder if they got what they wanted or if they just shrugged and figured they demolished it and walked away. I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery to me. But there's some nice stuff here. Here at Champion, I found another piece of really nice hematite with, I think, magnetite. It's really heavy. I found some stuff with a lot of iron staining on it, which is kind of a funny thing to say when you're in an iron mine. But this piece here, I'm kind of stuck between whether I see a lot of gold in there, but there's also a lot of mica. The gold color and the iron staining suggests to me that that's possibly marcasite in there. At the same time, I found it relatively near to this piece of rusting cable. This is kind of a linear shaped pattern here. So I am seeing a lot of gold color in there, so it's probably marcasite. Marcasite has the same composition as pyrite, but different mineral structure and tends to be a bit duller colored and doesn't have those nice cubes. A brief reminder that when you come to a mine dump, it may be called a mine dump, but don't treat it as a trash dump. You get a lot of trash dumped out here. As a side note, I honestly can't think of a less comfortable place to camp. My God. I mean, you're on rocks. What's that going to do to your back? Sure, you had a nice campfire, but was it worth it? I wouldn't think so. I want to take a moment just to provide a sense of the scale of this pile. I'm near the, it's probably the west end here. Not at the end of it, but nearing the end of it here. It goes down beneath my feet. It extends back a bit to where we park the car. But it keeps going. Pretty far out there. There's a lot of rock out here. There's a lot to find. Every time I leave one of these places after just 30 or 45 minutes, I feel like I just haven't even scratched the surface. Obviously, you haven't scratched the surface. And in fact, all you're going to do on these rock piles is search the surface. There's so many millions of tons of rock beneath your feet that you can't even see. All you can see is the stuff that's lying on that top layer there. It's really amazing.